2024 has been very intense. We had the new Jay-Z confession, Oprah secrets exposed, Blake Lively leaks messages. Jay-Z plans to show zero loyalty to Diddy as he is trying to keep himself out of prison. You will not believe what Jay-Z is about to confess. We will get to that shortly. Blake Lively leaked text messages revealing the dark secrets of Justin Baldoni's life.
Blake Lively leaked Justin Baldoni text messages and dark secret.
Blake Lively has revealed she is only getting started, and she has so much more to leak to the public. From there, we have evil Oprah secrets she paid to keep silent. Party photos of Kate Moss have come to the surface. How will she get out of this one? Beyonce drops Jay-Z last name after a Jane Doe came forward saying that Jay-Z and Diddy did some horrible things to her when she was just 13 years old. We had the passing of Liam Payne this year, and some leaked 911 calls revealed a lot of information. We will get to that story in this video as well. Ellen DeGeneres fled America to go into hiding in the UK, but what is she hiding from? This year, we also had the dark truth about Miley Cyrus's family. It's time to do a massive recap of all the drama that happened in 2024. Jay-Z admits he is going to expose Diddy in court. Jay-Z would prioritize his own defense in the face of these allegations, and Jay-Z is willing to compromise his loyalty to Diddy. He also stated on the record that he is determined to avoid imprisonment at all costs. I wonder if this also includes lying about everything. Jay-Z was implicated in a civil lawsuit alleging he inappropriately assaulted a female minor alongside Combs in 2000 following the MTV Video Music Awards. Jay-Z's legal team has denied the allegations. The news has sparked renewed interest in his past relationship with Diddy, who was also named in the lawsuit. According to the accuser, she was a minor when she was invited to the after-party by a friend. She alleges that Jay-Z and Diddy then took her to a private room where the events took place. The woman also claims that they told her not to tell anyone about the incident. The anonymous accuser, identified only as Jane Doe, the federal lawsuit, originally instituted in October within the Southern District of New York, with Combs as a named defendant, underwent an amendment on Sunday to incorporate Carter as an additional defendant. Tony Busby, the Texas-based attorney who filed the lawsuit, declined to comment. Jay-Z issued a comprehensive statement Sunday evening, categorically dismissing the allegations as idiotic, and further accusing attorney Busby of engaging in unprofessional conduct. He said, "These allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one. Whomever would commit such a crime against a minor should be locked away. Would you not agree?" Legal counsel representing Mr. Combs characterized the lawsuits as shameless publicity stunts intended to coerce financial settlements from prominent individuals through the dissemination of fabricated allegations, a tactic they assert has also been employed against Mr. Combs. In response to the allegations, Jay-Z's lawyer Alex Spiro released a statement saying that the claims are false and defamatory. He also said that Jay-Z strongly denies any and all allegations of this matter. Diddy's lawyer Kevin Yorn also denied the allegations, saying that they are categorically false and malicious. He added that Diddy has never had any contact with this woman or anyone else without their consent. The woman's lawyer, Lisa Bloom, said that her client is ready to tell her story to the world. She also said that she is confident that the woman's allegations are true. Well, according to the lawsuit, she was given a beverage that caused her to experience dizziness, lightheadedness, and an overwhelming urge to rest. She subsequently retired to a separate room. Shortly thereafter, the suit alleges, Combs and Carter entered the room, with Combs exclaiming, "You are ready to party!" The lawsuit alleges that Jay-Z forcibly removed her clothes and took advantage of her while Jay-Z and an unnamed female celebrity observed. Could this unnamed female celebrity be Jennifer Lopez? Or are we going to be totally shocked to find out Beyonce might be involved in all of this as well? Beyonce was friends with Diddy as well, so should we even be surprised? The accuser is seeking an unspecified amount of monetary compensation and has initiated legal proceedings under the provisions of New York's Victims of Gender-Motivated Violence Protection Act. According to an insider, Jay-Z, who is married to Beyonce, began to exhibit a degree of emotional detachment from Combs subsequent to the latter's arrest on charges of trafficking, racketeering, and transportation for the purpose of adult activities earlier in the year. However, a third source indicated that regardless of Jay-Z's motives, Jay-Z benefits from having another influential figure involved in challenging the allegations against him. The source stated, Diddy appreciates that Jay-Z is contesting the same accusations leveled against him. Jay's success would significantly bolster Diddy's own defense. Jay-Z's legal battles could shift public and media attention away from Diddy's own case. Providing him with some temporary respite, Diddy is currently awaiting trial in New York City jail. If convicted, he faces a sentence of anywhere from 15 years to life in prison, but it also depends how many different charges he gets and what evidence is brought up during the legal proceedings. Diddy and Jay-Z have been friends for decades, so it's hard to believe that Jay-Z doesn't know a lot of information about all of these claims, or if he actually participated in some of the activities with Diddy. Beyonce will perform live on Netflix during the streaming service's first ever NFL Christmas game day. The question is, will Beyonce still go through with this if Jay-Z is taken into custody and sitting in a prison cell right next to Diddy?
Leaked text messages between actress Blake Lively and actor-director Justin Baldoni offer a glimpse into the inner workings of their crisis management team during a massive lawsuit. One message from Lively reads, "You know we can bury anyone, but I can't write that to him. It will be very tough." This suggests an attempt to influence the situation, potentially by discrediting a key figure, while acknowledging the risks involved. Another message reads, "Imagine if a document saying all the things that he wants ends up in the wrong hands." This highlights concerns about potential leaks and the damaging consequences of sensitive information falling into the wrong hands. A separate text from Justin Baldoni's publicist, Jennifer Abel, reads, "Having reckless thoughts of wanting to plant pieces this week about how horrible Blake is to work with." This reveals a potential strategy to damage Lively's reputation as part of their crisis management efforts. These leaked texts provide evidence of the lengths to which the crisis management team went to shift the narrative and control the public perception of the situation. The Blake Lively versus Justin Baldoni lawsuit has escalated, with Lively's team alleging a multi-tiered plan to destroy her reputation. This plan, they claim, was acknowledged by Baldoni's team as social manipulation and was initiated after Lively raised concerns about on-set conditions. Baldoni's crisis team has reportedly named Taylor Swift and her alleged weaponization of feminism as part of this alleged scheme to take down Lively. Leaked text messages, which Lively's team claims were submitted as part of the legal complaint to the California Civil Rights Department. The lawsuit also includes serious allegations against Baldoni, including claims that he entered Lively's trailer while she was undressed and allowed others to watch her. This case has drawn comparisons to the Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard trial due to its high-profile nature, intense public scrutiny, and the serious allegations involved. It's important to note that these are just allegations at this stage. Both sides have vehemently denied the opposing parties' claims. The truth of the matter will ultimately be determined by the courts. Prior to August 2nd, Justin Baldoni hired crisis management expert Melissa Nathan, known for her work with Johnny Depp, to join his public relations team. This team also included publicist Jennifer Abel. Blake Lively's legal team alleges that a critical staff meeting was held on January 4th to address a hostile work environment that nearly halted the film's production. The lawsuit raises questions about the extent to which film production was aware of these concerns and whether they continued production despite them. The meeting reportedly involved Justin Baldoni, Jamie Heath, CEO of Wayfarer Studios, and producer of It Ends With Us, and others. The lawsuit alleges that Justin Baldoni engaged in inappropriate behavior, including showing Blake Lively nude videos and images of other women, discussing his intense adult video addiction, making inappropriate comments about her weight, her late father, and other cast and crew members. The lawsuit alleges that an agreement was made that neither Jamie Heath nor Justin Baldoni would enter or attempt to enter Blake Lively's trailer while she was not wearing clothes. This agreement highlights the seriousness of the alleged inappropriate behavior and raises questions about the awareness of film producers regarding the situation. The lawsuit further alleges an incident where Justin Baldoni, out of character, slowly dragged his lips from her ear to her neck, stating, "It smells so good." When Blake Lively objected, Baldoni allegedly retorted, "I'm not even attracted to you." Following a meeting in January 2024 involving Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni, producers, and Ryan Reynolds, Wayfarer Studios reportedly agreed to implement the use of an intimacy coordinator for all scenes involving nudity or simulated adult scenes. Blake Lively's legal team alleges that leaked text messages reveal a smear campaign orchestrated by Justin Baldoni's crisis management team. The messages, included in the legal complaint, allegedly expose a multi-tiered plan described by Baldoni and his team as social manipulation aimed at destroying Blake's reputation. This alleged campaign, according to Lively's team, was initiated after she expressed concerns about on-set conditions. The lawsuit details several production conflicts, including Blake Lively's discomfort with certain scenes, leading her to bring in her own editor during post-production. Her version of the film was ultimately chosen for release. It is reported that some crew members allegedly lost their jobs due to Lively's insistence on creative control. Anticipating potential challenges during the marketing campaign, Wayfarer Studios proactively hired a crisis manager alongside their own representative. This decision was reportedly influenced by Ms. Lively's alleged disruptive behavior during production, including threats to boycott filming and promotion, which posed a risk to the film's success. Furthermore, the lawsuit alleges that Ms. Lively, through her representative Leslie Sloan, who also represents Ryan Reynolds, orchestrated the dissemination of negative and fabricated stories in the media even before the film's marketing campaign began. This prompted Wayfarer Studios to engage a crisis professional to develop internal strategies to address potential negative publicity. A forensic review commissioned by Blake Lively from a brand marketing consultant revealed a significant increase in negative media coverage and online commentary following the film's release, suggesting that efforts to tarnish her public image may have been successful. Here's a rewritten version of the provided text. Blake Lively's career and on-set concerns. Blake Lively boasts a successful career, rising to fame through her role in Gossip Girl. This early success propelled her into a diverse filmography, including The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants and The Town. Beyond acting, she has built multiple businesses, graced numerous magazine covers, and amassed a significant social media following, over 45 million on Instagram. According to her legal complaint, Ms. Lively expressed concerns about Justin Baldoni from the project's outset, specifically objecting to the inclusion of what she deemed gratuitous adult scenes. The film's August 6th premiere coincided with press coverage speculating about behind-the-scenes tensions. A Hollywood Reporter article explored the possibility of a rift between Lively and Baldoni, citing observations from TikTok users regarding the absence of joint photographs and lack of Instagram followership between the two stars and other cast members, Chos director. Following the film's release, Blake Lively faced a wave of online criticism. The extent to which this negative publicity was orchestrated by Justin Nathan, Mr. Wallace, and their team, or simply observed and amplified by them, remains unclear. The recent lawsuit allegations against Justin Baldoni have come as a shock to many, given his public advocacy for a re-evaluation of traditional masculinity. Baldoni is the co-host of the Webby Award-nominated podcast Man Enough, alongside writer Liz Plank. The podcast aims to create a safe space for open and honest discussions about masculinity, welcoming diverse perspectives. In a previous Instagram post about an event focused on stopping domestic violence, Baldoni wrote, "My hope is that we can teach our boys, while they are still young, that vulnerability is strength, sensitivity is a superpower, and empathy makes them powerful. Being a boy and a man is amazing, and nothing to apologize for. And to value all the beautiful and complicated parts of them that make them human."
Throughout her career, Oprah has been made fun of for her appearance, and especially her weight. She even said, "It was public sport to make fun of me for 25 years. I have been blamed and shamed, and I blamed and shamed myself." One hurtful moment came in her early in her career when she landed on fashion critic Mr. Blackwell's list. I was on the cover of some magazine and it said, "Dumpy, frumpy, and downright lumpy." I didn't feel angry. I felt sad. I felt hurt. I swallowed the shame. I accepted that it was my fault. Now, this is just honestly sad, and throughout her entire career, people have been focused on her appearance. But with this, she would lose weight and then ended up gaining it back. It was a constant cycle she was stuck in. Now, one controversial moment regarded her weight loss in 1988. She started her show off by taking off an oversized coat and wheeling out a wagon holding 67 pounds of animal fat, the amount that she had lost in less than 5 months. It was full of theatrics. Now, the episode drew huge attention, earning the highest ratings in the show's history. history. However, years later, Oprah expressed regret about it, stating that it was simply an ego trip and admitting that she eventually regained all the weight. That's not all with her weight though. She's recently been in another controversy regarding it. For the past 10 years, Oprah worked with Weight Watchers, a diet program that was all the craze. Although it has been criticized by a lot of people as being harmful and promoting disordered eating, Oprah swore by it and promoted it every chance she got. She said the Weight Watchers program helped her lose her weight, but she came under fire in 2023 saying that she was actually using an unnamed weight loss drug, and that's how she was able to lose a lot of weight. So she lied to a bunch of people and her audience honestly felt hurt by it. Then in 2024, she decided to step down and stop working with Weight Watchers altogether. It seemed like she didn't need them anymore now that she had her weight loss education. Many people are saying she's a sellout and that everything she's ever stood for was a lie. And hey, I can't blame people for being upset over this. It's very likely that she's taking Ozempic or Ozempic adjacent, which is actually a medication for people who are diabetics. A lot of normal people every day can't afford this medication and also don't want to take it from the people who really need it, diabetics. I mean, I'm glad she's happy with her body now, but it feels like she tricked a lot of people into believing something that will never come true. It's just scummy, and a lot of people have stopped being a fan of hers. Then there's how Oprah grew up. Kitty Kelly is a journalist and author of best-selling unauthorized biographies. She wrote one about Oprah and dropped some huge bombshells. Oprah was born in Mississippi to a single teenage mother and grew up in extreme poverty. During her childhood, the cost of raising Oprah became too much for her mother to handle, so she was sent to live with her biological father. Since then, Oprah has come forward about how she had been mistreated and taken advantage of by her cousin, uncle, and family friend. As a young teenager, and after suffering for years, she ran away from home, and a year later, she became pregnant. She gave birth to a son, but he was premature and passed away only a few weeks later. Kitty, though, says this isn't true. Oprah claims she never had any new dresses or dolls and had to adopt 2 cockroaches as pets growing up in rural Mississippi. Her cousin contends she was actually relatively spoiled as a little girl. Where Oprah got that nonsense about growing up in filth and roaches, I have no idea, Catherine Carr Esther said. I've confronted her and asked, why do you tell such lies? Oprah told me that's what people want to hear. The truth is boring. Something else revealed is that Oprah still does not know the true identity of her father. Esther told Kelly who he is, on the condition she not publish the information until Winfrey's mother comes clean to her daughter. Vernon Winfrey, the man who raised Oprah, is also frustrated with the way she has played fast and loose with the truth. She may be admired by the world, but I know the truth, he says. So does God, and so does Oprah. 2 of us remain ashamed. Oprah's relationship with her stepmother has soured, and it was exposed to the world. It was reported that she was accused of being heartless by her own stepmother after she was kicked out of the 5-bedroom South Nashville home she shared with the Oprah's father for 14 years. Barbara Winfrey told the Daily Mail that her life had been deliberately ruined by the talk show legend following a bitter divorce with Vernon Winfrey. Oprah's a billionaire 3 times over. Her help lived better than this, Barbara pointed out, adding, she said publicly that she offered to sell the house and give me the proceeds, but that was a lie, and she never said that. Oprah owns a property all over the world, so there is no reason to sell this house other than to spite me. It's a personal vendetta. Legal papers claim that Oprah was involved in a conspiracy to separate her father and stepmother, and essentially make the latter homeless. What she has done is nothing short of evil, but she doesn't scare me. Her actions cause me to disrespect her, Barbara stated. Yikes, that's not a good look at all considering she's all about helping people, but she doesn't help out her family. Then there was the book club controversy. Back in the day, Oprah had a book club where she would promote a book on her show and usually have the author on for an interview. This would result in the book going on the best-selling list, but she had a scandal with this in 2005. Oprah added James Frey's book, A Million Little Pieces, to the reading list, and in October 2005, James appeared on The Oprah Winfrey Show to promote his book, which the talk show host had previously said she couldn't put down, calling it a gut-wrenching memoir that is so raw and so real. Now, when James was promoting the books on talk shows or other media outlets, it was referred to as a memoir, but large parts of the stories were later found to be exaggerated or fabricated, sparking a media controversy. This was discovered after an investigation conducted by The Smoking Gun. They determined that James had actually fictionalized some of the story, so he was caught lying, and the fact that Oprah promoted it, it was not a good look at all. Controversy arose after Oprah initially defended the book, but she later confronted James on her show in January of 2006. Netflix. Winfrey began the live program by telling him, "It is difficult for me to talk to you because I feel really duped. But more importantly, I feel you betrayed millions of readers." Frey admitted to Winfrey that he had altered and embellished details of his story, including the fact that he had been in jail for just several hours, not 87 days, as stated in his book. Oprah also confronted the publisher of A Million Little Pieces, saying her staff have been contacted about possible inaccuracies in the book, only to be told that the publishing company stood by James' story as a work of non-fiction. During the show, the publisher acknowledged that A Million Little Pieces had not been fact-checked. It seems like Oprah did her research about the book afterwards, but her helping spread misinformation is truly dangerous, and she hasn't taken a lot of accountability. If she tried to get away with this, who knows what other lies she'd make up.
Oprah has found her name tied to Diddy in recent months after people noticed how comfortable she appeared with the rapper in party snapshots. Now she has been accused of aiding disgraced music artist Sean Diddy Combs and making his transgressions happen over the years. You might recall that Sean Diddy Combs is in some serious trouble right now after multiple people have stepped forward accusing him of engaging with them and others without consent, forcing people into unwanted scenarios, and making people consume things unknowingly, filming and then using that footage from inappropriate parties that he called freak-offs as blackmail to keep it all on the down low, and just generally being a really awful person, and definitely not the kind of guy you'd want your name attached to, especially not if you're someone as famous as Oprah, who has established themselves over the years as someone in firm support of the Me Too movement and being a beacon of hope. Unfortunately for Oprah, she was spotted at Diddy parties of the past, and it is coming back to haunt her. The thing is though, many big Hollywood names have appeared on a Diddy guest list, but not everyone has been a guest at a freak-off. Diddy in general was known as the party host in the 2000s. He hosted the white attire parties, massive birthday celebrations, after parties. They were known for being extravagant and expensive, and everyone wanted to attend. It was a status symbol to be around that much wealth. Allegedly, sometimes the after parties for Diddy events were freak-offs, but many news publications report that often by the time a party descended into a freak-off, many of the famous names had already left. But people aren't just accusing Oprah of attending freak-offs, but also aiding in putting them on. Some sites even saying that she provided the people. Some people even go so far as to claim that Diddy's home was connected to Oprah's via an underground tunnel system, and that's how they did it. And that's a serious thing to say, but Oprah's tunnel accusations don't even just have to do with Diddy, and they didn't start with him either. People have accused Oprah of being part of a larger, multiple parties involved kind of situation that is similar in theme to the Diddy stuff, that directly linked her to some nefarious alleged activity involving forcing younger individuals into bad situations. Surprisingly, one woman claims not only is Oprah involved, but that she was given the address to a tunnel's entrance. Adria English filed a lawsuit against Diddy, claiming she worked for Combs at the Hamptons and Miami parties he threw in the mid to late 2000s. She claimed that the drinks she was given on the job had things in them that she didn't ask for, in addition to allegedly being forced to consume things. English claimed she was also forced to engage in actions she didn't want to do. Adria English did have legal representation, but unexpectedly, her and her team parted ways. The cited reason was irreconcilable differences. The filing read that they disagreed regarding almost every aspect of the litigation. One of the lawyers claimed that her case was great. The issue at hand was that English allegedly undermined their work and went behind their backs, doing things incongruent to advancing her case. That they never lost faith in her case, just in her. To which English allegedly responded with, "I'm the client, you work for me." But how does this tie back to Oprah? Well, another major point of conflict between English and her representation was that they requested that English refrain from speaking to the media. Pretty soon after parting ways, English spoke to independent media, and the interview made its way around TikTok gossip pages. English claimed that there were tunnels under Oprah's home. She also made the bold statement, she sees what's going on because she's a participant. As of right now, no credible news site has been able to find information confirming this, or a tunnel system under any of Oprah's properties. In fact, some websites have looked into the tunnel rumor and stated it false. I'm not saying that Adria English is lying, just that the information has not yet been officially confirmed. But Diddy isn't the first time Oprah has found her name tied to some questionable characters. She was famously close to the man, who also had a very public falling out with Hollywood after his past transgressions came to light. Name rhymes with Starvey, anyways you get it. Seal publicly called out Oprah on Instagram for her past relationship for this person. The man posted a couple of with pictures featuring Oprah interacting with the man, the text reading, "When you have been part of the problem for decades, but suddenly they all think you are the solution." Seal added his own caption to this photo, calling out an individual for hearing the rumors but not doing anything about it, and implying that the person was pretending that they didn't know what was happening. Sure, Seal didn't name names, but he did post faces, particularly Oprah's. Everyone assumed he was taking a dig at the talk show host. Seal insisted this wasn't the case, it just happened to be Oprah that was the one pictured with the man. It was more about the man in the picture than the talk show host in the picture, and the text was to be taken as a generalization of the entertainment industry rather than a direct attack. However, people weren't quick to forget it. In fact, this spurred some folks to look closer into the relationship between the two major celebrity figures. One Quora user named Marina Payne made a startling connection between the two parties. Back in 2019, two documentaries with similar themes premiered at the Sundance Film Festival, but only one seemed to earn positive reviews and media coverage. One doc was about the previously mentioned producer, and the other doc was about Michael Jackson. A Hollywood entertainment lawyer made the bombshell claim that the producer and Oprah helped fund the Jackson documentary to draw focus from the one about him. In my own research about this, I was unable to find anything solid confirming this, just what Oprah said about why she provided financial support to the other one. She said she believed the survivors and that the issue was too important to stay silent. A few years ago, a major scandal revealed that Oprah was not as involved with her Leadership Academy as she made it seem. The Leadership Academy was originally designed and created to be a place to uplift girls in the community, but the good deed was quickly tarnished when the dorm matron was accused by multiple students of acting inappropriately towards them. The matron was arrested and faced 14 charges. In addition to those of inappropriate physical contact, the matron was also accused of getting into a physical confrontation with a dorm parent, and separately injuring 3 people while operating a golf cart. Adding more fuel to this fire, Oprah was later sued by the school's headmistress for over $250,000 on grounds of defamation. This was a direct result of the situation with the dorm matron. While that legal battle was happening, Winfrey had publicly commented that she was doing a total overhaul of the school, that she had lost confidence in the headmistress. The headmistress claimed that these statements made it harder for her to find work afterward. Court papers from the case read that Winfrey had originally intended to hire nurses to be the dorm matrons. However, the headmistress went a different route, and according to an article from CBS News, hired 8 young women from a local company called Party Design. Winfrey's lawyers at the time wrote about this, saying these young women were later found to be totally qualified to handle the position, something the headmistress had been warned about. The 2 women were expected to settle this in court, but instead came to an agreement privately shortly before the date. One feature on Oprah's show later came back to bite the host when it was revealed that the star of that segment was accused of over 600 instances of physically engaging with people without consent. The man was called John of God, and he ended up receiving hundreds of years in prison for those charges, among other things. Oprah happened to give this man a spotlight moment during her programming years prior. It framed him in a good light and made him appear as a miracle worker. Since the accusations, his interviews were deleted from her site and a note was put up in their place with the message that Oprah hoped justice would be served. Oprah spontaneously revealed a shocking secret back in 1995 during a segment on her show. While interviewing 4 mothers who were dealing with issues using substances, Oprah suddenly revealed that she related to these mothers more than anyone could have guessed. The TV star admitted that she also used the substance in question back in the day. The woman being interviewed at the time often referenced Oprah's honesty and strength, and it appeared that comments touched Oprah deeply, and she couldn't help but reveal to the mother that they were more similar than she thought. The host said, "This is probably one of the hardest things I have ever said. I relate to your story so much. I have done this. I know exactly what you are talking about." At the time of admission, it had been about 2 decades since Oprah used the substance, but it's clear that it was always weighing on her. She said, "That is my life's great big secret that has always been held over my head."
Another celebrity has been linked to Diddy, and that is model Kate Moss. Photos have been leaked of her and Diddy partying together, and people are shocked. Now, Kate was known for being a party girl at one point in her life, so it's not really that shocking to see her with Diddy, but what is alarming though is that in the photos, it looks like Diddy's holding a pill while he poses beside her. Now, was that for him, for her, or for some other victim? It seems like no one really knows. The photos are from top talent agent Paul Rowland's 40th birthday party in New York City in 1999. Kate is seen partying with Diddy, and he's seen grabbing Kate's neck in the image, taken at Victor's Cafe, a Cuban restaurant and nightclub in Midtown Manhattan. But this isn't the only time that Diddy and Kate have been spotted together. In 2014, they were photographed celebrating Riccardo Tisci's 40th birthday in Ibiza. Diddy actually posted a photo of him, Kate, Naomi Campbell, Kim Kardashian, and more on his Twitter account, though hours later he deleted it. Now we don't know why he deleted it, but he was together with all these people. Not to mention, in a 2015 interview, he spoke about how he spent surreal nights with Kate in Paris. Sometimes I'll be in the studio until 3 a.m., or I'll be out in Paris at a fashion show, and just hanging out until the morning with Naomi Campbell and Kate Moss. Those times are always surreal, he told Into the Gloss in 2015. I remember a time I just done a photo shoot for Vogue, and afterward Kate, Naomi, and I just went out and did something a little touristy and cliche. We went and had champagne at the Eiffel Tower, someone had brought music, and we had a little party up there, just the three of us. So, was Kate just there to party, or did she take part in the crimes, or was she even just a victim in all of this? I guess we'll just have to wait and see if she decides to speak up. Now, Kate was known for her party ways though, so at the time it wasn't too shocking that she was seen hanging out with Diddy, as he was known for throwing the best parties. I mean, anyone who was someone was in attendance, and it was an honor to be invited. Since then though, Kate has slowed down her partying days, and we're not too sure the last time she spoke to Diddy, but the fact that she's still being associated with him is not a good thing. Now, a lot of celebrities have been accused of being involved in Diddy's crime ring. Essentially, if you were ever spotted with the rapper or at his parties, people are looking at you differently now. Kate Moss is just the newest celebrity, as others include Ashton Kutcher, Leonardo DiCaprio, J-Lo, and Beyonce and Jay-Z. Now, Jay-Z is actually involved in a lawsuit where he and Diddy are accused of taking advantage of a girl at a party in the year 2000. So, what's the whole story with Diddy though? Well, in March, his houses were raided by Homeland Security, and he kept on receiving more and more lawsuits from people accusing him of mistreating them. Then in September, he was finally arrested, as the government had enough proof that he ran a crime ring for years. Now at this point, he had racked up 9 different lawsuits in less than a year. While in jail though, he has received even more, 16 to be exact, but there are over 120 accusers who are planning to file lawsuits against the rapper. Yep, you heard that right, 120. Tony Busby revealed at a press conference on October 1st that he is representing 120 accusers who allege misconduct against Diddy over the course of 2 decades. Andrew Van Arsdale, one of the plaintiff's attorneys, told the Washington Post that there will be 120 individual lawsuits filed in New York, Los Angeles, and Miami in the coming weeks. Now he said that more than 3,000 individuals have come forward to his office with accusations against Diddy. Now it seems like Diddy has been doing this for a very long time, and personally I'm glad that he's finally getting caught, as the details that have come out about this are just so disgusting. The thing is though, multiple celebrities have been warning us about Diddy and what he's been doing. But at the time, no one listened to them. Kate Williams spoke candidly about Diddy in the past, accusing him of committing crimes and trying to get away with it. During a discussion on the Club Shay Shay podcast, Kat suggested Diddy would be exposed in 2024. Now the comedian also alleged you have to tell Diddy no, all these big deviants are catching hell in 2024, it's up for all of them, it doesn't matter if you're Diddy or whoever, all lies will be exposed, he said. Now it seems like he definitely knew about all of this before it became public information, as in another snippet, he claimed he had to turn down $50 million 4 times. P. Diddy be wanting to party, and you've got to tell him no, I did, he alleged. In a 2022 interview for Drink Champs, Kanye West called out celebrities for allegedly working with law enforcement to turn on other celebrities so they could avoid prison. Now, one of the celebrities that he called out by name was Diddy, who he referred to as Puff Daddy. Now, the interview was eventually deleted due to some offensive things Kanye said, but with people now digging it back up, his comments about Diddy hold more weight. Kanye said that Diddy is making deals to keep himself out of trouble. The reason why you gotta talk is because you did a deal jail, you effing fed. That's why you gotta come at me, because part of the deal for you to be able to do all that and get out of jail is that you promise that you're gonna pull my card, he said. But it seems like that didn't really work out for Diddy. Now 50 Cent is another celebrity who has warned us about Diddy for years. And honestly, we should have listened. He's been posting on social media now that he's always been right about Diddy, and he makes a lot of posts making fun of the rapper for everything going on. 50 Cent is actually making a documentary currently about Diddy and what he did to all of his victims. Now 50 Cent has been a very loud voice when it comes to calling out Diddy. But Diddy hasn't been having the best time in jail. The day after he was arrested, Diddy was denied bail and ordered to jail as he faced multiple charges. He appeared in New York and pleaded not guilty, and his lawyers tried unsuccessfully to keep him out of jail, requesting his release to home detention, travel restrictions, and a $50 million bond in Manhattan court, but prosecutors argued that Diddy was a serious flight risk and has the money, manpower, and tools to flee without detection. Now on October 10th, during an appearance in Manhattan, prosecutors revealed that authorities seized 96 electronic devices in raids of Diddy's Miami and Los Angeles homes, as well as a private airport in South Florida. Prosecutors say Diddy might face more charges, something they have floated during prior court proceedings, and once again, he was denied bail. Now mid-November, it was reported that Diddy had tried to reach out to prospective witnesses and influence public opinion from jail in a bid to affect potential jurors for his upcoming trial, as prosecutors claimed in a court filing that is part of a bail request. Now, for a third time near the end of that month, he was denied bail again. His lawyers had proposed a $50 million bail package again, and they said they would ensure that the rapper did not flee or try to intimidate other potential trial witnesses. In a bail hearing, the judge said, "The court finds the government has shown by clear and convincing evidence that no condition or combination of conditions will reasonably assure the safety of the community. Given the nature of the allegations in this case and the information provided by the government, the court doubts the sufficiency of any conditions that place trust in Diddy and individuals in his employ, like private security detail, to follow these conditions." Beyonce has dropped Jay-Z's last name among the scandal going on with him. Now, does this mean they're going to get a divorce? Well, here's what we know. Beyonce was recently listed in Forbes' list of most powerful women. People were shocked to see her go by Beyonce Knowles, her maiden name, instead of her official name, Beyonce Knowles Carter. Now this name change is interesting considering Jay-Z has been accused of committing a pretty horrible crime with his best friend, Diddy. Now fans noticed this change right away, and some speculated a soft launch name change with comments like, "Let me hear you all say uh-oh," and "Nah, don't forget the Carter." Now others humorously chimed in, "Everyone say, hey, Miss Knowles." Now why is Beyonce trying to distance herself from her husband? Well, it all has to do with their friend, Diddy. Jay-Z was just accused of mistreating and taking advantage of a girl in the year 2000 with Diddy. The anonymous accuser, identified only as Jane Doe, said the incident happened after she was driven to an MTV Video Music Awards after party. Now, the federal lawsuit was originally filed in October in the Southern District of New York, listing Diddy as a defendant. What we knew at the time was at the after party, the victim was mistreated by Diddy, while another male celebrity and female celebrity, neither of whom were named in the lawsuit, watched until the victim was able to escape. Now, this case was just refiled on Sunday, December 8th, and it included Jay-Z, aka Sean Carter, in it. It turns out that he was the male celebrity described in the suit. But now some people think the unnamed female celebrity may be Beyonce. Now the lawsuit says a friend dropped Jane Doe off at the VMAs at Radio City Music Hall. She didn't have a ticket, but she approached various limousine drivers to try to gain access to the show or even just an after party. Now one driver told her that he worked for Diddy and that she fit what Diddy was looking for. He invited her to a party after the show and told her to return to his car in the late evening after he had transported Diddy and Jay-Z. Now later, the driver picked her up, and after 20 minutes they arrived at a white house with a U-shaped driveway, the suit says. Now she then had to sign a document she believes was a non-disclosure agreement on arrival to enter the party, which the suit says was filled with celebrities. She was then offered a drink that made her feel woozy, lightheaded, and felt like she needed to lie down, so she went into a room to rest. Now shortly afterwards though, the suit says Diddy and Jay-Z entered the room, with Diddy saying, "You are ready to party." That's when she alleges she was taken advantage of by both men while an unnamed female celebrity just watched. After the alleged incident, the suit says she grabbed her clothes and left. She made her way to a gas station where she called her father, it says. Now, the accuser is seeking unspecified damages. Now, Jay-Z has denied all accusations against him and has been going back and forth with Jane Doe's lawyer, Tony Busby, on social media. According to the lawsuit, her attorneys reached out to Jay-Z to request a mediation to resolve this matter. Upon present information and belief, Jay-Z responded to said letter by not only filing an utterly frivolous lawsuit, but also by orchestrating a conspiracy of harassment, bullying, and intimidation against the plaintiff's lawyers, their families, employees, and former associates in an attempt to silence plaintiff from naming Jay-Z herein. The effort was made to scare plaintiff and to discredit her counsel. That effort failed. Indeed, plaintiff chose to file this amendment as a result of the egregious conduct perpetrated by Carter, said the lawsuit. Now, in a response to CNN, Jay-Z called the mediation request a blackmail attempt. He also said this lawyer, who I have done a bunch of research on, he said, seems to have a pattern of these types of theatrics. Now, in a statement from Tony Busby on Saturday, he wrote, "The pleading speaks for itself. This is a very serious matter that will be litigated in court." Now, in response to this, Jay-Z posted a lengthy statement about this accusation, and he claimed that Tony was engaged in unprofessional behavior. Now, again, it's been a lot of back and forth about all of this, but the bottom line is that Jay-Z is denying everything. Now, Jay-Z was actually spotted the day after the lawsuit was refiled. Jay attended the premiere of a movie with Beyonce where their daughter, Blue Ivy, voiced one of the characters. It was the first time Jay-Z had been spotted in public since the accusations. But sources with direct knowledge told the Post that before the allegations, it was rumored that Jay-Z and Beyonce were not planning to attend the premiere. However, they appeared to have a change of heart after the lawsuit. So it seems like this was some kind of PR move, which is honestly just so icky to me. Now, this is a horrible look for Beyonce because it seems like she's okay with this behavior and is even trying to protect him. Now, the attorney for Jay-Z, Alex Spiro, has filed a motion requesting that the accuser in a high-profile lawsuit reveal her identity. In documents submitted to a Manhattan federal court, Spiro stated, "Mr. Carter deserves to know the identity of the person who is effectively accusing him of criminal conduct." He further criticized Jane Doe's claims of potential harm from disclosure as insufficient, asserting that her accusations were publicized in a manner aimed at causing maximum reputational damage to Carter. But musical artist Jaguar Wright has also spoken out, calling both Diddy and Jay-Z monsters in the past. Now, she did an interview with Piers Morgan and she made her feelings clear about the two stars. She asked Jay-Z to speak out about the arrests, but she also added that there were thousands of victims in total when Piers asked how many there could be. Wright then mentioned Beyonce, saying she was supposedly involved in the unfair incidents that transpired over time. She went on to say that she has spoken to hundreds of victims whom she continues to assist. She even said that she had 3 victims who were willing to testify about what Jay-Z did to them, as well as what he did to his wife. Well, that's what she said. And now it turns out that she might have been telling the truth. Everyone at the time was calling her crazy, but I'm not too sure now. I mean, it seems like she might have been right about everything. Now, this isn't the first time someone has spoken up about some of Jay-Z's creepy behavior though. Jay-Z's ex, Carmen Bryan, appeared to react to the news, and people are bringing up her weird relationship with him. Now, she just recently posted some shady stuff on her Instagram account, as in one Instagram story she shared the lyrics of a Kanye West song, and these lyrics pretty much describe Jay-Z's situation right now and what he did. She then posted another story saying, "These days people don't defend what is right, they defend who they like, and that's why we call you groupies." Additionally, in recent updates, she also uploaded a screenshot of an article that mentioned how Jay-Z's alleged son is also planning on filing a lawsuit against the musician. With her back in the media though, people are bringing up some things she said in her book about Jay-Z. In It's No Secret, From Nas to Jay-Z, From Seduction to Scandal, a hip-hop Helen of Troy tells all, she recounted how she once woke up to Jay-Z kissing her. She said, "Over dinner, I decided he and I would be good friends for a very long time. We went back to Eric's house talking and laughing. I was in no condition to drive home, so I decided to spend the night at Eric's," she explained. "Sean and I sat on the couch and pretended to watch television. Before long, I drifted off to sleep. I woke up with Sean kissing me. His lips were so soft and luscious, and I began to melt into him. But yeah, that's not okay. Not at all. Former One Direction member Liam Payne passed away in a tragic accident last week. The 911 call has been leaked, and it's given us more information showing us that Liam's accident could have been prevented. Now this is everything we know. On Wednesday, October 16th, Liam was staying at a hotel by himself in Buenos Aires. Unfortunately, in the late afternoon, he fell from his third-floor balcony, falling 45 feet, and passed away instantly. There's been a lot more to this story that people aren't talking about, so let's dive into it. Liam's girlfriend of 2 years, Kate Cassidy, left to go back to Florida 2 days prior, so Liam was by himself. Eyewitnesses say he was seen in the lobby of the hotel acting erratically. One guest, who's using the name Rebecca, said, "I came into the hotel and he was waiting by the elevator, and it was so clear that he wanted someone to recognize him. There was something a bit desperate about it." Rebecca said that she and her friends recognized him but weren't bothered by the star's presence. When the lift came, he suddenly said to us without any prompting, "Yes, I'm Liam," really drawing it out, and then said, "All right, come on you lot, get in the elevator with me, I love a cuddle," she claimed. Rebecca said that 10 minutes after her initial interaction with Liam, she returned to the lobby where she found the singer reading on his laptop. She then alleged that Liam saw something, maybe an email, which obviously upset him, causing him to freak out. Suddenly, he took the computer, shouted, "F this mate," and started bashing the computer on the ground. Rebecca claimed that his alleged outburst shocked everyone in the high-end hotel, especially the staff. Rebecca then claimed to have approached Liam and asked, "Are you okay?" But he kind of just grunted, and then he said, "I used to be in a boy band, that's why I'm so effed up," she told the Daily Mail. Now, a man named Michael who was at the hotel said Liam was seen repeating to a woman, "I'll give you $20,000 just because I can. I have $55 million and I like to help people." Now, the manager was trying to politely intervene to help calm him down. There was a feeling of anxiety in the area, they said. Now, Liam then left the area again and returned back to the lobby. It appears that when Liam went back up to his room, he was trashing it. Now, when he was in the lobby this final time, it was the worst he had been. He apparently collapsed, lost consciousness, and some people are saying that he was convulsing. The staff then took him back to his room while another staff member called 911. Now, the phone call was leaked and this is what they said. "We have a guest who's over the top. When he is conscious, he's breaking up the entire room. Please send someone urgent because I don't know if the guest's life is at risk. He is in a room that has a balcony and we are afraid he might do something that could put his life at risk." Now, my question is, if they knew he was out of control, was passing in and out of consciousness, and was worried that he had access to a balcony, why did they put him back in his room alone? He was clearly having a medical episode and he should have been left in the lobby until help came. If the staff did that instead, things might have ended up really differently and Liam could have still been alive. And that just makes me so angry. Now, Buenos Aires police also said they found Liam's hotel room in complete disarray. They saw various items broken and recovered packs of energy supplements and other over-the-counter medications found among his belongings. Forensic teams also reported that authorities recovered a whiskey bottle, lighter, and a cell phone from the internal courtyard where Liam was found. A statement from Argentine authorities suggested that Liam was going through some kind of substance episode. Now, Liam had been open with his struggles with addiction, and it appears that that played a part in his death. But recently, a source has come out and said that Liam was sober, so they believe that Liam was given these substances and as a result had a psychotic episode. The police are now investigating 2 hotel employees who allegedly hid the substances in a box of Dove soap that could be seen in photos from inside of Liam's room. Now, this information was provided to the police by Roger, who is an Argentine businessman who was accompanying Liam at one point. Now, the public prosecutor said the lack of defensive injuries on Liam's hands indicated that he did not adopt a reflective posture to protect himself from the fall, meaning that he could have fallen into a state of semi or total unconsciousness. It's also been reported that he sustained 25 injuries sufficient enough to cause his passing, but it's said that it happened quickly, so he didn't feel any pain. Toxicological and pathological studies of Liam's blood and urine has been taken, and preliminary results have revealed that he did have substances in his system. Now, this definitely could have played a part in his passing. If he wasn't thinking clearly, and if he had passed out, falling out of the balcony could have been a complete accident that could have been prevented, but with the way a chain of events went, it wasn't. Now, Liam's body will not be released to his father Jeff until all examinations have been concluded, according to Argentine judicial sources. Now, Liam's father is expected to stay in Buenos Aires until he can bring back his body, and the funeral is expected to take place in Britain in November. Hopefully, authorities are able to piece together everything that happened to give people closure and punish the people that had a role in his passing. Honestly, I think the hotel was extremely negligent in dealing with this, and again, it just makes me so angry and upset. Now, after the news of Liam's passing, the whole world, and honestly still is, shocked. Days before he passed away, he was out and about in Argentina meeting fans and taking photos with them. Fans spoke about Liam on Twitter, with one person tweeting, "I know celebrities pass all the time, but it just hits so much harder because that's like the first major celeb of our generation who he grew up with." Another said, "If the news is true, even though I was not a fan of him anymore, One Direction changed and shaped my life so much, and he was a part of that band. These feelings are so complicated and hard to navigate. I am literally at a loss for words." The day after the news was announced, Liam's family put out a statement saying, "We are heartbroken. Liam will forever live in our hearts, and we'll remember him for his kind, funny, and brave soul. We are supporting each other the best we can as a family and ask for privacy and space at this awful time." Now, Liam's uncle, Roger Harris, also told Mail Online, "We are all just deeply saddened and trying to come to terms with it. I just hope everybody gives them some privacy and allows them to come to terms with it. That's all I can say." Now, earlier this week, Liam's sister put out a statement revealing that she found out about his passing through social media. She said, "When I saw the news pop up on my phone that you had left us, I went cold. I wanted so much for this to be untrue." She continued saying, "I have spent days hoping that it was a mistake and somebody has got it wrong. You were truly too good for this earth. You are an angel who just lived for making people smile and happy." Now, that is honestly just so sad. Liam's former One Direction bandmates also made their own post paying tribute to the star. Earlier in the month, Niall had hung out with Liam as Liam went to one of his concerts. Niall posted a photo of the two and said, "I feel so fortunate that I got to see him recently. I sadly didn't know that after saying goodbye and hugging him that evening, I would be saying goodbye forever. It's heartbreaking." Now, this is just extremely sad. Now, the One Direction official Instagram page even put out a statement about Liam, and it was the first time they posted on it in 4 years. They said, "We're completely devastated by the news of Liam's passing. In time and when everyone is able to, there will be more to say. But for now, we will take some time to grieve and process the loss of our brother, who we love dearly. The memories we shared with him will be treasured forever. For now, our thoughts are with his family, his friends, and the fans who loved him alongside us. We will miss him terribly. We love you, Liam. Louis, Zayn, Niall, and Harry." Liam's family, friends, and fans are all in our thoughts, and we hope that justice will be served in this incident. Miley Cyrus is currently being sued because she's been accused of copying one of Bruno Mars's songs. Now, Miley came out with the song Flowers on January 13th in 2023, but just now she's being sued. Tempo Music Investments, a company claiming it owns a share of the copyright for Bruno's song When I Was Your Man, is suing her. They acquired it from Philip Lawrence, who co-wrote the song along with Bruno, Ari Levine, and Andrew Wyatt. Now, it is important to note that Bruno Mars is not named as a plaintiff in the suit. In the lawsuit, it says it is undeniable based on the combination and number of similarities between the two recordings that Flowers would not have existed without When I Was Your Man, the documents state. Any fan of Bruno Mars's When I Was Your Man knows that Miley Cyrus's Flowers did not achieve all that success on its own. Flowers duplicates numerous melodic, harmonic, and lyrical elements of When I Was Your Man, including the melodic melodic pitch design and sequence of the verse, the connecting bass line, certain bars of the chorus, certain theatrical music elements, lyric elements, and specific chord progressions, the lawsuit says. Accordingly, plaintiff brings this action for copyright infringement arising out of defendant's unauthorized reproduction, distribution, and exploitation of When I Was Your Man, the complaint adds. Tempo Music Investments also lists Flowers songwriters Gregory Hine and Michael Pollock, who wrote the track with Miley, among multiple defendants, along with Sony Music Publishing and Apple in the suit. Now, the suit says the opening vocal line from the chorus of Flowers begins and ends on the same chords as the opening vocal line in the verse of When I Was Your Man. Now, the company wants Miley and other defendants to stop reproducing, distributing, or publicly performing the song Flowers. Now, there's no doubt that Miley took inspiration for the song, but straight up copying it is a reach. Now, Flowers was inspired by her ex-husband, Liam Hemsworth. The pair were engaged in May 2012 before splitting in 2013 and reuniting in 2016. The couple got married in December 2018 and divorced officially in January 2020. I mean, she even released the song on his birthday, and if that's not a clear sign, I don't know what is. Now, Liam reportedly dedicated the song When I Was Your Man to Miley during their relationship, and it was said to have been played at their wedding, so she used the song as inspiration. The lines to When I Was Your Man are, I should have bought you flowers and held your hand, should have gave you all my hours when I had the chance, take you to every party cause all you wanted to do was dance. Now, the chorus to Flowers is, I can buy myself flowers, write my name in the sand, talk to myself for hours, say things you don't understand, I can take myself dancing, and I can hold my own hand. Now, Miley's music video for the song was filled with Easter eggs about their relationship. In one part of the song, Miley dances in a suit. Now, fans were quick to notice that this is the same suit that Liam wore to the Avengers Endgame premiere, where he supposedly asked Miley to behave for once after she pretended to lick him. Now, it's also been said that she filmed the music video where Liam allegedly cheated on her with 14 different women. Now, in February of this year, Miley won 2 Grammys for her song Flowers. One was her Record of the Year, and it also won Best Pop Solo Performance for the track. Now, the song has been out for a year and a half, and it's strange that this company is just now deciding to sue her, probably because they've seen all the success she's had. I don't know, but it's messed up. I swear everyone knew when the song came out that she sampled from When I Was Your Man. I don't know though, the whole situation just seems like a cash grab to me. Now, a source told Mail Online, Miley isn't too concerned about the lawsuit, but everyone close to her knows the song is about healing from Liam. Now, the insider explained she wrote the song in reaction to Bruno's lyrics because that was Liam's song to her. She only cared that he knew it was for him. Miley initially wrote it as a slow ballad, not the upbeat version it became. They added that Miley is reportedly anxious about being forced to make public statements on record. She's worried about having to reveal her inspiration for the song. While she's fine admitting it was a response to Bruno's song, revealing it was specifically about Liam is unsettling. Now, it's said that Miley is waiting to see how the lawsuit plays out, hoping it will be dismissed before disclosures are required. Now, a source also claimed that Miley didn't focus on the similarities between the two songs when she first dropped her single, as she was so focused on making these digs at Liam over his alleged affair that it overshadowed anything else. Now, this isn't the first time that Miley has been caught in a controversy. Miley's performance of Party in the USA at the 2019 Choice Awards incited a media uproar, with some viewers criticizing Miley's provocative outfit and inclusion of a brief pole dance as inappropriate for her age. Now, a lot of people were outraged at this, but she would go on to outrage people even more at the 2013 VMAs. Miley performed her song We Can't Stop, which started with her entering the stage through a giant teddy bear wearing lingerie. Now, her performance was a mess as she was more focused on sticking out her tongue, twerking, and doing inappropriate moves with a foam finger rather than, you know, singing. After her song was over, that wasn't all though, because Vic came on stage to perform his song Blurred Lines. Miley then stayed on stage and ripped off her clothes, so she was wearing nothing but a nude bra and underwear. Now, she continued to stick out her tongue and twerking, this time on Robin. It was a mess of a the performance, and a lot of parents were outraged at the former Disney star once again. Then later in 2013, she raised some eyebrows with her song Wrecking Ball, most specifically because of the music video. The video showed her nude, literally swinging from a wrecking ball. Now this caused even more controversy. People were saying that she was a bad role model and that Miley should have been ashamed. In the end, the music video once held the Vivo record for the most views in the first 24 hours after its release, with 19.3 million views. Listen, I remember watching it for the first time and being shocked, but looking back now, it's crazy how society treated Miley over it. This wasn't all though, because Sinead O'Connor, who was an inspiration for aspects of the music video based on her edition of Nothing Compares to You, spoke out about it. She praised Miley's singing talent, but expressed concern about her being mistreated by the music business and them exploiting her. She then wrote a letter to Miley about this, and Miley did not respond well. They then went back and forth fighting with each other on Twitter, and it was a whole mess. Miley's thoughts on it though, she said in an interview in 2017 that she is not a big fan of the music video herself. Wrecking Ball, I'll do it, but I don't love it. It's when you're stoked about something and then you have to sing a song that bums you out, and I'll never live down when I licked a sledgehammer.